sec. Okay, there we go. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Schwa Mill, where our goal every single Saturday at this time is to craft your accent. My name is Jeff. We are here again today listening to your pronunciation files. I will walk you through the whole process in a minute. Let's see who's here. Do I want to say some quick hellos? Hello to Elchin. Been communicating with them a lot recently. It's great to see them in the stream. Excited to hear their pronunciation file too. Really great to see them. Do is here. Hello, hello, hello. Assalamu alaikum. Edward is back. Great to see you, Edward. Edward is our resident British expert, providing some insights into British English. Appreciate the kind words about the stream. I hope you guys will enjoy today's as well. Thank you also for your patience in getting started today. And also hello to Emmanuel. Yeah. So basically, if you were joining me a couple minutes ago in the stream, I don't know if you guys are following, just kind of like, there are many, many, many different. Aprende. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Yeah. For those of you, I imagine if you're here, you probably watch lots of other American English pronunciation content. Ooh, and Edward's saying volume a little low. I can bump that. Okay, let me know if this is too hot, guys. I just turned it up a little bit. Let me know if that's too low or too high. For those of you who follow lots of other content in the American English pronunciation space, there's a it's not like I don't think it's like a huge controversy, at least not right now, but there is a channel out there that has been looking at another larger pronunciation English channel and just kind of like providing pronunciation critiques of those. And cool, I don't have a problem with that. I think that can be a very helpful thing. It's all good, Emmanuel. No worries. That stream is going to go down, just to let you guys know. I'm going to take it down and then add subtitles because I know a lot of people don't speak Italian, although it is similar to languages like Spanish and Romanian. But yeah, so basically this one channel has been critiquing the pronunciation of another channel in the YouTube space. The channel they're critiquing is very large. But it's an American English channel, but it's run by a person who is a non-native English speaker. So as you would expect, there's going to be mistakes and issues with their pronunciation, and cool, fine. I've made videos where I have analyzed the pronunciation of, celebrities and things like that with the intention of, hey, if you speak this language as a first language and you're trying to learn American English, then it's really, these are the things you want to watch out for in your own speech. This is what it sounds like. For instance, if you're a Portuguese speaker learning English, here's what, Anita sounds like, or Bolsonaro, like things like that, what they sound like. So that way you can be aware of oh, this is what Portuguese speakers do. Let me try to avoid that. So I think it can be a very useful tool analyzing the speech of others. Hello also to Shok. Emmanuel, I'm glad you could understand. That's how I feel about in general with Romanian and Spanish and Portuguese. I can get the gist of things, but I definitely don't understand every single thing. But I think that the problem with this is how you go about it. You need to do it in a way that's respectful. And I think that what we've seen with these kind of situations is that I think that level of respect isn't always being demonstrated. When I'm doing those videos, I'm doing my best to focus solely on pronunciation, not trying to do personal attacks. And I'm always going with the assumption that, hey, if you're going at this trying to learn American English, then this is what you need to do. Perhaps the videos I'm talking about in question have that aim. Aprender says they know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's relatively easy to find if you're paying attention to the bigger channels. It is not a cooperation, though. I originally thought it was too, just because of the nature of it. They're using the person's picture. They're specifically calling out the person. But no, and if you look at the person whose videos they're critiquing, if you look at her channel, she has some community posts that I think demonstrated is not a cooperation. Now I could be misreading it, but yeah, they're doing things like, adding like hashtags, like hashtag viral video, like hashtag viral, hashtag things like that. So it entirely seems like the intention isn't just trying to be a language learning tool, but um, you're going after the like like the top dog. You're going after someone who's bigger than you, and you're criticizing them. I feel in a way, and they're also using very kind of absolute language, like "No, we never do this" or "Never do this. This is always a mistake," and things like that. And it's like, well, I mean, even like native speakers aren't speaking correct. No native speaker in any language is always 100% correct. So I appreciate the intention of the videos, but I just think that the way that they're being done isn't necessarily in the most respectful way, or even just kind of posting like, "Hey guys, we're we're doing this." Make it clear whether or not you have their cooperation, and also make it clear that the goal is solely to instruct, it's not to criticize. Those are kind of just the things that I think would be good to happen. But I'd love to know your thoughts too. If you guys are aware of the situation, if you're not aware of the situation, um, what your thoughts are in terms of analyzing people without asking for their permission. Again, that is something I have done with celebrities, but always trying to do it in a respectful way. But not everyone understands that. You can look in the comment sections of those videos, and um, people are saying that I was attacking people, or saying things I never actually said. And then I'll challenge them. I'll be like, hey, okay, where did I critique the person in the video? Where did I say that? And usually they just stop responding. But I know it's a controversial thing anytime um anytime you're looking at someone else's pronunciation. I think you putting yourself in that position. Yeah. Um I would say pay attention to look at the channels who have a million subscribers or more, who are also non-native English teachers. And I think eventually you'll find it. There's not too many. Um Doa says that they watched the video I'm talking about. I think the problem is she's teaching English courses. It's not wrong, but it has to be easy on non-native speakers. Yeah, I think I think that's why they're part of the intention of the video. They're doing these analysis videos because they're saying, look, she's an English teacher. She has a responsibility to teach English a certain way, which I understand the aims of that, but I think we also have to understand that, when you level these sorts of attacks, or let me say critiques, when you do these sorts of critiques, even on the big channels, the message that it sends. One, there's kind of a message of like the patriarchy. You have these white male, you have a white male, criticizing the English of a non-native female speaker. So there's that aspect to it, which isn't the best optically. And then you also have the fact that, hey, like, you're basically saying your English is never good enough, to be making content and things like that, or your English isn't good enough to be teaching. And that's definitely the wrong message to send. I know plenty of non-native English teachers who are better teachers than native English speakers, even if they make mistakes. Um, so Doa says, and on the flip side, I think she should be more precise before making videos as well. I think it's fair. I certainly understand that argument as well. Um, I think that from what I've seen, oh no, I'm sorry about Nightbot. Bad Nightbot. Boo, boo, Nightbot. That's not a good Nightbot. Sorry. From what I've seen, the videos where they're pulling a lot of the mistakes from, and I could be very wrong on this, so feel free to correct me. But the videos that they're often picking are like kind of like not necessarily like English instruction videos, but kind of more like vlog, or kind of just like talking about like kind of like self-help tips with language learning, not necessarily being like, okay, this is the set phrase I'm teaching today. This is how you need to use it. But again, I could be wrong on that. So yeah, I mean, a teacher certainly has a responsibility to provide correct, as correct as possible. But I think there also needs to be an understanding, teachers say, hey, look, guys, I'm going to do my best today to speak as correct as possible, but I can't guarantee that everything's going to be perfect. Edward notes that they ran to an American English course on YouTube, but the teacher was actually Australian. Yeah, cool. Go for it. I think that sort of thing is great. And this also brings up the point that Dua mentions as well. I'm terrified to start a YouTube channel in English because of that very reason. Yeah, I mean, and I think these sorts of videos, when you're offering that level of critique, if it's not done a certain way, then you're silencing people. Do, what you're talking about right now is a form of silencing, because you're being like, oh, I don't want to subject myself to this level of criticism, so I'm just not going to make content at all. And what a loss that is, right? Like if people are too scared to share content that might be valuable to other people, because you guys have voices and they're worth, for other people to hear as well. Um, to not do that because of fear of response is, very, very unfortunate. Um, Emmanuel says Aaron has a harsh place. Yes, 100%. Yes. So it's, putting yourself out here. You have to understand. I mean, that's part of the territory. I make videos. I get attacked on some of the videos. I understand. It's part of the game. I'm okay with that. I don't lose sleep over it. But, for other people, I'm in a place of privilege. I'm teaching something that I'm also have experience as a native speaker on. Not everyone has that luxury. Rumeza's in the house. That's great. Is everything okay? Everything is okay. We are doing okay. Just kind of talking about something that's going on in the American English space. Edward brings up, this is part of the thing that makes this not an easy discussion. Edward says, I want to learn American English from a real American teacher, not a fake one. I think that I certainly understand that argument. I mean, that this is the joy of YouTube and the joy of being able to, find teachers that you like. Go with your preferences. If you're like, no, I want to learn from a native speaker. Cool. Do it. I support that. But if you're also like, oh, I want to learn from a non-native speaker because maybe they know where I'm at better and they know how to fix that better, which I think is also a very valid point. Go with that too. Do what's best for you. Have options. Do it. I think that's the joys of having different teachers. For instance, even like for myself, the way I teach pronunciation is very different than the way a lot of other teachers on YouTube are doing it. So that's great if what I'm saying is helpful for you. But if it's not, I mean, look at my channel page. Literally, if you go like halfway down the channel page, I give suggestions for other channels that if you're like, hey, my channel's not working for you, okay, try one of these people. Maybe one of them can help you. That's the joys of teaching. Find the strategy that works best for you. Elchin asks, what camera do I use? So that camera in front is a Canon M50, the old version. They made in Mark II, but it's not that different. And then that one is my horrible cell phone camera. I'm like, well, it's better than nothing. so I put it up. Just to keep things interesting. My mom notes, I applaud folks doing videos and teaching who may speak another language as their first language takes courage. Yeah, I mean, anytime you're putting yourself out there in a second language, I think that's valuable. Hence why I felt it was important for that previous stream I did to be in my second language. I made all kinds of mistakes. But it is what it is. Anyways. Yeah, for sure. Of course. Yeah, thanks for the kind words. Elchin's saying that I'm an awesome person. That's great. Trying to spread that positivity here, folks. That's what we're all about. Anyways, you guys did not come here to just hear me. It's not really a rant, but kind of just discuss that situation. Though, again, if you have some other thoughts on that as we go through the stream, I would love to hear them, get your opinions. But you guys came to get some feedback on things, so let's kind of get into that. Oh, let me add myself there, right? Again, it's not little, it's more little.
The G host was class.
Are you feeling that here, or here? All right, you guys have seen that I put on my headphones so that way I can hear you. And I will also share my screen so you can see what I see and hear what I hear. In case you're new to us and you would like to send a pronunciation file, let me walk you through the steps. Nick is in the house. Nick has not sent me a pronunciation file, though. He's not in trouble, but I'm just saying, hey, Nick, if you wanted to send a file, Be cool, but you don't have to. I ain't going to force you. But again, maybe you're joining us and you're like, I want to send a file, but I have no idea how. I want to get my pronunciation analyzed. Well, what you need to do is you need to go to this link. Ooh, this is short. I don't know why that one's so long. But basically, go to that link, or if you look at the video description, you should see a link as well. That's going to take you to this document. You're going to see up top there are directions. Those directions say choose one options below. Visit vocaroo.com. What's vocaroo.com? If you've never visited vocaroo.com, this is the first thing you're going to see. And if I click this bright red button, it's going to start recording. And then if I do this and press play, it's going to start recording something I just recorded. Okay. So that way, I will be able to hear you because you'll go to save and share. It's going to give you a link. You take this link, you put it in the document. I'll be able to see it. So then we can hear what you're doing. Because it's hard for me to give you, you right there, it's hard for me to give you pronunciation feedback if I can't hear your voice. Okay, so if you want to send a pronunciation file, great. We'd love to have it. You can post it in a document. If you're nervous or if you're shy or if you're timid, I totally understand. We hope that as the stream goes on, you feel more comfortable. Or if today is not the day, maybe you're not feeling well or you're just like, no. Cool. Next time, we use this same link every single live stream. And this is, again, every single Saturday at this time. So you can use it next time, and we'll be happy to listen to you. Hello to Dusha checking in. Great to have you. Again, if you want to send in a pronunciation file, it'll be great to listen. And my mom is encouraging people, go make the video. Sure, English may be better in many who are born in the USA. That's the truth. You know, it's tricky because even like the concept of a native speaker is very problematic because, I mean, even there is no real native speaker. Everyone has their own little nuances and things that they're doing with the language. That's the beauty of it. Anyways, I scouted all these beforehand. Hopefully no one's changed anything. I'm just going to pick a random one to get started. Emmanuel, you're going to be up first. Emmanuel has this, and I'm going to remember timestamps. I'm remembering timestamps. 1741 for Emmanuel, getting started. Okay, so here's the expression we're about to hear. Okay, here is our first one.
So often, the thing that keeps students from improving their pronunciation is the fact that they feel like they already know how to say certain things.
Okay, and Emmanuel says, let's go. They're raring to go. Yes. Yes, and play again.
So often, the thing that keeps students from improving their pronunciation is the fact that they feel like they already know how to say certain things.
Okay. Enjoy. I like a lot of what you're doing. I know that you're paying attention to a lot of pitches and things, which is great. I think you had more stresses than you may have needed. Let's begin by stresses.
So often, the thing that keeps students from improving their pronunciation.
I would not have stressed pronunciation. I would have stressed keeps. The thing that keeps students from improving their pronunciation. The thing that keeps students from improving their pronunciation. Now, you can use a rising intonation there. You can use a rising intonation on pronunciation. I'm okay with that. But I would not give it stress. The thing that keeps students from improving their pronunciation. Also, you don't need the comma, by the way. Just grammatically, you don't need that comma.
Their pronunciation is the fact that they feel like they already know how to say certain things.
It's the fact that they feel like they already know. Is that they feel like they already know. Is that they feel like they already know. You know, I'm okay with the stress on feel, but it's also not necessary. It's the fact that they feel like they already know. Feel like they already know.
Feel like they already know how to say certain things.
And don't stress things. Say certain things. No. They already know how to say certain things. They already know how to say certain things. So if I were reading that just in terms of stress patterns, this is how I would have done it. So often, the thing that keeps students from improving their pronunciation is the fact that they feel like they already know how to say certain things. Something like that. I think that's going to give you a little bit more flow. Feel a little bit more natural as you're going through that. Besides stresses.
So often, the thing that.
So often. Emmanuel, I know that. So Emmanuel is one of our great members of Mission English, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And we talked recently about words that end on an N sound. N. It's like open, listen, often. In this case, I want you to listen to the N sound here.
So often,
Often, often. Do you hear how closed that is? Often, often. Um, versus mine. Often, often, so often. Get your difference between
so often,
often, often, often, often. Do you hear that difference on that N sound? Open, curtain, listen, often. Again, just that N sound a little bit. A little more breath, a little lower placement. Manuel, hope you can hear that difference, okay? Let me know, man, if you can.
the thing that keeps students from improving their pronunciation
Thing that keeps students, so I like your pitches there, to keep students from improving their pronunciation. Again, we talked about pronunciation.
is the fact that they feel like they already know
That they already know. So let's listen to how you're doing already know.
like they already know.
They already know. Already know. You're kind of giving me the same pitch. Already know. No. No. I would get one of those to be a little bit higher. I feel like they already know. I feel like they already know.
Like they already know.
Because right now it's a little bit too flat. So when you have those situations where you have two words that are kind of like stressed one after another a little bit, pick one to go a little higher. Try not to give them equal weight. I would have done it with no. You could do already. Already know. They feel like they already know. So just kind of something to pay attention to there.
Already know how to say certain things.
And then things we talked about, lower pitch. Yeah, so I think the biggest things here are, again, going to be more stress related, in addition to that in sound that we mentioned. Yeah, mostly stress related. Trying to see if there's anything else. Amanda, if you have other questions for me about anything we mentioned here, let me know. But I'll play it one last time. So often, the thing that keeps students from improving their pronunciation is the fact that they feel like they already know how to say certain things.
So often, the thing that keeps students from improving their pronunciation is the fact that they feel like they already know how to say certain things.
Okay, so hopefully you can hear the differences there. Let me know if you have questions about that, Emmanuel. But thank you so much for sending that file. I do appreciate it. Just to address a couple things in the chat while I was gone. Dua saying greatly appreciate it to my mom. I think I should start soon. That's why I'm here to do my best. Yes, please. I think everyone here should be starting YouTube, even just for yourself. You don't have to publish it. You could unlist everything, but it's just listen to yourself, watch yourself. I think it's a super helpful tool. Other things going on. My mom also mentioned that has made her realize how much pronunciation is best on stress of certain words. Yeah, especially for American English. This is why a lot of linguists call American English a stress time language, because the emphasis is not on syllables, it's on stress. That's why some words are longer than others, and some words are faster, and we have reductions. Okay. Yeah, definitely has a huge impact, especially for American English. Edward asks, is the TN often pronounced by certain American English speakers? It can be, but I think in general, I would say that you're not going to hear of it as much, but it certainly is possible to hear native speakers do it. So you have some flexibility. I usually don't use it, but you have some options, as reinforced by what my mom has said here. And manual notes, thanks so much. We'll talk more on words ending with N in Mission English next week. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Okay, let's take a listen to another file. I want to hear this next one. So Elchin has sent us a file, and I'm really excited to hear them. This is their first time sending us a file, so let's clap it up for that. Always excited to hear that. We're at about 24:48. Elchin, let's see what you got for us. I'm going to give us back a screen. Oh, let's get the text for this. Oh, that's great. He said his name too, so I can make sure or do my best to pronounce it correctly. No guarantees, but I will do my best.
Hey, I'm Elchin.
Using this small
Elch.
opportunity I have, I just want to express my gratitude for the things you do on your channel.
It is not longer than it should be. I think that's a very fine length. That's fine.
Hey, I'm Elchin. Using this small opportunity I have.
Okay. Hey, I'm Elchin.
Hey, I'm Elchin.
Hey, I'm Elchin. Hey, I'm Elchin. One thing I would say here is just for your intro, and yes, a big warm welcome to Elchin for sending a file. Really excited about this. It's great when like people find and like join the stream the first time and send us a file right away. Like, let's go, let's just do it. Yes, yes.
Hey, I'm Elchin.
You just gave me the same 3 pitches over. Did you notice that?
Hey, I'm Elchin.
Hey, I'm Elchin. American English is really all about contrast and trying to add some distinction between sounds. One of the ways we do that is by varying pitches. So what I would really encourage you to do is let's go lower in some places. Like hey, I'm Elchin. Hey, notice that you can use a following intonation here to also affect your pitch. Hey, I'm Elchin. Hey, I'm Elchin. Hey, I'm Elchin. Hey, I'm Elchin. Okay. And that's just going to add some more contrast, give you a little bit more of a natural rhythm.
Hey, I'm Elchin. Using this small opportunity I have.
Using this small opportunity I have. Using this small opportunity I have.
Using this small opportunity I have.
Using this. I think again. We do see more variety of pitches here, but I think that I would expand further.
Using this small opportunity I have.
Using this small opportunity. So using this. You're stressing small.
Using this small opportunity I have.
Small opportunity. So small is a little bit heavier stress than opportunity, I would argue.
Using this small opportunity I have.
So if you're going to add stress on small, because normally it would not be stressed at all. Using a small opportunity, like something like that would probably be a little bit more standard. Usually adjectives before noun do not get stressed. They can be. There's nothing wrong with doing it. In fact, it can be a little bit more engaging to do that. So I like this decision, but I would make it stand out even more. I would go a little higher in pitch, using like this small opportunity I have. Using this small opportunity I have. So I would just go a little bit higher in the pitch.
Small opportunity I have.
I would also make sure opportunity goes a little lower in pitch just to make small stand out even more. Using this small opportunity I have. And I think you can use rising intonation on have. That's not a problem.
Small opportunity I have.
I have. Using this small opportunity I have. Using this small opportunity I have. In addition to that, some pronunciation things.
Using this small opportunity I have.
Opportunity, I like your fast D sound. Opportunity. Tunity. Itty. I really like that. Very natural.
This small opportunity I have.
I want to hear your dark L and small again.
Using this small opportunity I
use this small opportunity. Small opportunity. I would ask, Elchin, if you're here right now, if you could tell me, when you're saying small opportunity, where's the tip of your tongue when you're saying small? I'm just curious. If you find it's more towards the top of your mouth or more towards the end. Just something I'm curious about.
This small opportunity I have.
Okay. But besides that, I like your vowel sounds and things. The reason I asked about small opportunity, it sounds very... It's hard because you move past it very quickly, so I don't think it's a huge factor, but I think we could get even more breath moving through if the tip of your tongue were even slightly lower. I guess you kind of glue it to the bottom of your mouth. Okay. Small opportunity. Like when you're going from small opper, it's like all ah. Like when you're doing that L sound, where are you putting the tip of your tongue? Okay, where are you putting the tip of your tongue when you're doing that transition? And I would say, hey, when you're doing it, you don't have to do it this way. To be clear, it is not necessary to do it, but I think it would be a good experiment to have it in a lower position just to kind of try that out. Small opportunity. Okay.
Using this small opportunity I have, I just want to express my gratitude for...
I just want to express my gratitude. I just want to express my gratitude.
I have. I just want to express my gratitude.
I just want to express my gratitude. Cool. Because you're stressing gratitude. That's fine. Another note that you don't have to do this again. We're just talking about options. A word that very commonly receives stress when it appears is the word just. It's like, I just want to express my gratitude. I just want to express my gratitude. Something like that. Just is a word that when you hear it in sentences, it does receive stress very often. You don't have to, but it's just an option.
Opportunity I have. I just want to express my gratitude for
I will say, and Elchin says that for small opportunity, they say that they raise the tip of their tongue. Cool. I would experiment. Can you say like, I'll say small opportunity a couple times. When I go like this, that'll be the tip of my tongue is high, and then when I go like this, tip of my tongue is low. Small opportunity, small opportunity, small opportunity, small opportunity. So I would just kind of experiment with having it lower because it might just allow a little bit more breath to pass through. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. What was I saying?
express my gratitude for the
Oh, gratitude. Dude, I want you guys to listen to that ooh sound in gratitude.
express my gratitude for
Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude,
express my gratitude for
gratitude versus gratitude, gratitude. Again, I think you could get a little bit more breath through on that ooh sound. Feels slightly closed off, like two, two, two versus two, two, two. I'm actually in the middle of editing the video for the ooh sound. It's going to be coming out tomorrow. But just kind of something to pay attention to.
for the things you do on your channel.
We see that again with do. For the things you do, things you do.
You do on your channel.
Do on your, do
Do
on
on your channel. The things you do on your channel.
do on your, do on your. Hear a difference between do on your, do on your, do on your, do on your. My placement's a little bit lower. I think the tip of my tongue might even be lower as well. When I'm saying do on your, this is another case where the tip of your tongue can actually be down against your bottom front tooth. And instead, you raise the middle of your tongue to make contact up top. Do, do, do. And that just might help get a little bit more breath through. Again, not necessary to do that, but just something to play around with to see if that makes a difference for you.
Things you do on your channel.
Do on your channel. Let's hear also channel.
Gratitude for the things you do on your channel.
Channel, again, I think it sounds to me like you're raising your tongue on that L. Like channel, channel versus channel. Channel, you're going to hear more of a dark L sound. So the tip of your tongue, again, lower, and back your tongue slightly high, more air coming through. Channel.
On your channel.
Channel, channel. Yeah. Let's just watch out for some of those sounds. Other things that stand out to me.
Hey, I'm Elchin. Using this small opportunity.
Oh, I want to play that first part again.
Hey, I'm Elchin.
The breath just dies. You just stop the breath completely after that N. Hey, I'm Elchin. And then it just stops, right? Elchin, the faucet is just shut off. Can you expand the breath? Try to keep the breath flowing. This is how you get that sense of like fluency. Like if you listen to native speakers, you're like, man, they speak so fast. Like, wow, everything sounds connected. How do they do that? Well, a lot of it has to do with breath and keeping the air flowing. So instead, hey, I'm Elchin. Hey, I'm Elchin. Hey, I'm Elchin. You know, you can drag it, Elchin. Using this, right? Hey, I'm Elchin. Using this, you know, just some things to consider there with the breath.
Using this small opportunity I have, I just want to express my gratitude for the things you do on your channel.
One other thing related to pitch. Hello also to Nazrul checking in. Great to see you. If you want to send us a pronunciation file, be sure to take a look at the video description so that way you can see the link to send in your own files. I have it somewhere earlier in the chat, but it's also again in the video description too. The other thing though for this audio file that I just want to mention is that your pitches tend to be, you're using a variety of pitches, but you're not using a whole lot of lower ones.
Hey, I'm Elchin. Using this small opportunity I have, I just want to express my gratitude for the things you.
For the things, oh, that's also a little choppy there too. For the things, for the things, for the things, you know, it's like for the things, you know, for the things.
The things.
The things, that's a really heavy TH.
Express my gratitude for the things.
For the things. I'm exaggerating a bit, right? But I'm just, you know, smoothing out those THs. You don't have to press so hard. Keeping the tip of your tongue either against your top front tooth or your bottom.
You do on your.
But this was an opportunity to use some lower pitches if you wanted, just to kind of expand your range.
I have. I just want to express my gratitude for the things you do on your.
For the things you do, this was an opportunity to go down. Express my I just want to express my gratitude for the things you do on your channel, 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 on your channel. So again, just some opportunities to involve some of those lower pitches as well. It's going to add some contrast to your speech. But thank you so much for sending that recording. I appreciate it. And let me know if you have any questions for me about anything that we mentioned here. Always great to see. First time files. That's a very good one. Okay. I'm going to guys back your screen in a moment. So one thing that we've mentioned a couple times already in the stream is we've mentioned that we have a program called Mission English. And basically in Mission English, what we do is we do a live stream, 30-minute live stream, Monday through Friday in a private Facebook group. Okay. And the subscription, basically you can sign up at fluentamerican.com/Mission English. But just kind of highlight some things that we have going on there. We have some members here, and they can kind of tell you about it as well. It's a 30-minute stream. It's like you join me. Do you see that little camera over there? It's like you're on screen with me, and you ask me questions, and we answer them. When we do exercises together, we're looking at your pronunciation, but then we're also, it's a group, so we're joined on screen by 2-3 other people, and they have their own questions, and we do exercises together. And it's actually really helpful. A lot of people come to me and they're like, oh, a one-on-one, I like one-on-one pronunciation classes. I don't want to learn other people's mistakes. And that's really an unfortunate point of view to have, because if you're just hearing the other person, yeah, I understand that concern. But in some ways, it's actually easier in a group class because you hear the other person's mistake and then you hear my correction for it right there. So it's not just, oh, you're hearing other people's mistakes. No, you're hearing the mistake, but then you're also hearing how to fix it. Because a lot of times people are doing very similar things in different situations. So I think that's a very valuable experience to have in terms of the group class that, again, Mission English can provide you. Emmanuel notes that we had so much fun on the last stream. Yeah, we got some new members, and we would love for you to join us as well. We have a new opportunity I'd love for you guys to take advantage of. So let me get that chat out of the way. And let me get that ticker out of the way, too. Oh, my gosh, everything's happening. So right now, if you join Mission English with us throughout the rest of November, I'll probably extend this through December. If you join Mission English and you join with a friend, you tell me who you joined with, then I will give you and your friend a free one-on-one class with me. Basically, I'll give you a coupon code that you'll be able to have a class with me. So if you are interested in joining Mission English, it's a lot more fun with other people. It's a lot more fun with people that you know. So I would say, hey, bring a friend with you, and both you and your friend will get a free class with me in our Mission English class. So I would love for you guys to do it. We're doing our Friendsgiving offer. Join before the end of December, and you'll have the opportunity. So it'd be great to work with you in class, just to also kind of just highlight what a Mission English class is like. I'd like to show you this. Sometimes the audio comes in a little bit hot, so you might want to turn down your speakers a little bit. But this will kind of demonstrate what we do inside of a class. Ooh, ooh. Notice that for me, I'm not really having that ooh, ooh. And it doesn't sound exactly the same, like ooh and ooh, but they're close enough that for the speech that you're doing in daily life, it'll be okay. Really nice day.
Really nice day.
So what I'm hearing, so I heard really nice day. So what happened was you put day at a lower pitch. Really nice day.
Just loose.
Okay. I would say, I thought for the most part it sounded pretty good. I think there were a couple words that we do want to watch out for a little bit. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, there you go. That last one's great. Yeah, so once more, if you would like to work with me and other people, one of the advantages of this too is, it costs $30 a month, and that gives you access to 18 classes. Where else are you going to get 18 classes for $30? Where else? Who else is doing that? Thanks to Elchin for the kind words on the feedback. I hope they found that helpful. My mom asked, can she join Mission English? Sure. Sure. And Manuel says that would be amazing. Yeah, we'd love for her to join. And Elchin asked a great question here. Which of the videos would you recommend I watch? So right now I am doing a series called Novenglish. Novenglish is basically all throughout the month of November. And in fact, if you go to channel, give me a moment, everything, you will see, sorry, a little slow today. All right, let's put this up. There we go. Okay, so if you go to our channel, you'll see, first of all, you'll see our live stream. 13 of you are watching. Thank you. I'm doing a 30-day American accent challenge. This is going through the basics. Now, these are quick videos. You're going to see 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute 40, 158, 2 minutes. These are fast videos. So they're not going to go over in immense detail everything, but these are going to be, I'll put it this way. If you've never studied American English pronunciation before and you're not sure where to begin, these are the 30 topics that I, in my opinion, view as being the most important for starting. So I think that if you study these 30 concepts, you can achieve a very natural American English accent. So basically, at the end of the 30 days, I think you will notice significant improvement in your speech if you do each of these videos. And let me know in the chat. If you guys, is anyone here doing the Novenglish 30-day American accent challenge? Anyone here in the chat watching the videos? Let me know. Have you watched one of the videos? Have you watched all of the videos? Have you watched none of the videos? All of those things are okay. Just let me know. But yeah, and also if you find concepts like, for instance, I've tried to do several other challenges. So for instance, the placement challenge, if you find placement to be a difficult subject, we try to cover different topics related to placement there. Also, if you find the schwa sound is kind of like the fundamental American English sound. If you find the schwa sound to be difficult, I have this series of videos as well. The goal is that you do one video a day for 7 days. At the end of those 7 days, I think your schwa sound will be noticeably different. Okay. It's just some things to consider. These are playlists designed to get people started in their American English accent journey. Or even if you're experienced in your American English accent journey, but you're looking for something fresh, I think these are for you. Yes, happy Novenglish. Yes, we still have, how many more videos do I have to make? I still have to make 11 more videos. Is that what we're doing? We're almost there. Oh my gosh, we're pulling through. I want to do a stream at the end of Novenglish just to be like, woo, I'm tired. Just to kind of recap everything. At the end, if you guys would join me on that stream, let me know. Would you join me for a just kind of an end of Novenglish kind of celebration? Because I've been making a lot of videos late at night. My wife is mad at me because I don't spend time. She's not. She's totally understanding. She's very cool. She's like, what is Novenglish? Jeff, did you make up a month? And I'm like, no. Dua says, mostly when we hear other people speaking, we easily catch their mistakes and think that we don't make them. Once the ball is in our court, we make them as we don't listen to ourselves as much. 100%. 100%. That's the other advantage of Mission English too, is because basically when you join the Facebook, if you join Mission English right now, you would already have access to 30 past classes or more because we started in what, September? So yeah, you already get access to like 30 videos that you don't have out on the channel that are just as informative, if not more so, because you hear people, you hear the things they're doing, and then you hear my corrections for it. So if you find these episodes of the Schwa helpful, you're going to really find the Facebook group helpful because there's even more content there. Yeah, but on the replay too, you also get to hear yourself and you get to hear my corrections for you. So like if you're like, I need to make recordings of myself, but I don't have the time or things like that. Well, if you join Mission English and you watch the replay, you literally hear yourself and you hear my corrections. So that's another advantage too. Okay. Yes, as Emmanuel was saying, you get access to all the past replays. It's all there. You're getting more than the 18 classes. You're already getting 30, if at least, and it's only going to grow from there. Elchin asks, press the wrong button. How much do you think I would have to work to sound native? And out of 10, how much would you rate my accent? I think you're already at a great spot. I think that my next challenge for you would be focusing on pitch. If you go to my channel, we have things for pitch. Let me see if I can find it. Make it a little bigger. They changed a lot of things. Can you still search? Did I not let you search anymore? Yes, here. Okay, so if you go to search, hopefully you guys can search as well. If you search and type in pitch, these are videos. I have a pitch workout video. I would be practicing that if I were you, specifically. I have just kind of a general introduction to pitch. and things like that. I would be starting off with those. I think that would be really helpful for you too. Those are the things I'll be starting with. I would also be taking a look at some placement things, especially for like the oo sound, kind of like what we mentioned, and some consonants, Elchin. Hopefully that makes sense. My mom says listening is the key to everything in life, right? Listening and patience. Yeah, I mean, how many conflicts begin because of misunderstandings? You know, I think most conflicts are just really misunderstandings of things. I agree. My wife is very cool. Kathy, you're very cool. I don't know if she heard that or not, but she is. And my mom says, Elgin, you sound great. And she also suggests working a little bit on pitch. In fact, even in Novenglish, one of our videos was about pitch, one of the earlier ones. If I go to the home screen, which one is it? It's not this. Pianos. It's this one. If you go to Pianos Have the Secret, that one also talks about pitch too. Okay. Moving right along. Gonna share my screen, share my audio. Sorry if I'm rambling. By the way, guys, need a quick water break while I share this, but some gentle reminders if you want to help out the stream. Like what you're hearing, let us know by liking and subscribing. Okay, let me share my audio and everything. It's 2:20. We've done 2 files. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those long streams. Let's take a listen to this one here. We got a native speaker for you guys. Get excited.
Hi, everybody. If you have the chance to go to Washington, D.C., do so. You will love it. Love it. Love it. I saw the Lincoln Memorial last week and the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. Just amazing sights. I know you will enjoy it.
All right. Thanks to my mom for sending files. It's always good to get some native speakers sending things as well. I totally sent the wrong thing. Let's try this again. This is the... You will enjoy it. Okay, so I ran into 2 comments just to note. Dua writes that I recently joined the Telegram group. So we do have a pronunciation group on Telegram, which we'll mention in a bit. It's amazingly helpful. Yes. And made you excited about the mission. Yes, join us. Yes, join us. It's also just fun. We just, I never know what our topic's going to be because people just come in with questions. I'm like, okay, cool. There's also things I can do in the group that I can't do on YouTube. Like we can analyze like videos, like movies and stuff like that. The things that I would like to do, but I'm nervous about copyright issues. But we can kind of do that in the group, and I'm less nervous. But okay. Going back to this pronunciation file, I just kind of want to highlight some things that I think if you're able to imitate in your own speech will be super helpful.
Hi, everybody. If you have...
So, Elchin, this kind of contrasts with the way you opened. Like, hi, I'm Elchin. You know, like the same pitch. Hi, I'm Elchin. Like, notice the difference in pitches here.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Notice that everybody. Notice how low it goes. It goes high, high. And then notice how low the E is at the end. So just notice the range in pitches. It's just so wide.
Hi, everybody.
That high, E, like there's a pretty good range there.
If you have the chance to go to Washington, D.C.
If you have the chance to go.
If you have the chance to go to...
If you have the chance to go. So just kind of gradually going down, right? If you have the chance to go. Some notes there.
You have the chance to go to Washington, D.C.
DC. I want to talk really quick about the acronym. Notice DC. Letters are really hard. A lot of people, you know, most people here, I imagine, know the American English alphabet. But saying letters is not easy. A lot of people are tensing things up. A lot of people doing like DC and like things like that. But again, you need breath. You need a lot of air. You need to get your diaphragm involved. And just kind of listen to DC.
Go to Washington, D.C.
DC. You can really hear it on the C, especially DC. So much breath coming through, right? And again, this is also true. Again, the pitch is lower. The placement's lower. sometimes they get, for instance, like female speakers who are nervous that like, oh, if I use a low placement, I'll start sounding like a man. No, even female speakers in American English in general have a lower placement than female speakers in other languages.
To go to Washington, D.C., do so.
Do so. Notice that heavy stress on do. Heavy falling intonation. Do so. Do so.
So you will love
Another thing too, pausing.
Washington, D.C., do so.
Do you hear that pause there? Washington, D.C., do so. There's that pause. And so, a lot of people think fluency and they're like, oh, I need to talk really fast. I need to go fast, 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 fast. No. You need to link things together with breath, but you can still pause and still sound supernatural. In fact, you need to pause if you want to sound natural. I like that pause there.
To go to Washington, D.C., do so. You will love it.
You will love it. You will love it. I want to hear the you will.
See, do so. You will love it.
You will. Notice that kind of joining together. So it's not contracted. It's not you'll. It's like you will, you will. So it's not you will. It's more you will, you will.
It.
And then that heavy higher pitch on love.
D.C., do so. You will love it. Love it. Love it.
And notice again, you can hear the T sounds there. So it's okay to pronounce T's. Not every T necessarily needs to be held.
It. Love it. Love it.
Also note the repetition as well. But if you repeat, it's also important to change how you do it. So it's great to repeat words. Very common strategy in American English. But if you do it, change it up each time. Make it slightly different. Notice that each one of these love it sounds different. Love it, love it, love it.
Love it. Love it.
Love it, love it, love it. Mix up how you're doing each of those.
I saw the Lincoln Memorial last week.
I saw the Lincoln Memorial. Notice again that flow there. I saw the Lincoln Memorial. And then we go back up. I saw the Lincoln Memorial.
I saw the Lincoln Memorial last.
No, so we're just going. I saw the Lincoln. So everything from I down to meh, or even memor. Yeah, just to mem. Everything from I to mem is everything's just going down. I saw the Lincoln Memorial, and then we go up. Okay, so again, use your lower pitches.
The Lincoln Memorial last week and the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial.
And
just amazing sights.
Just amazing sights. So again, I mentioned earlier that just is a word that very commonly is stressed. You hear it right there, just getting the stress, getting that emphasis. Thanks to Mom for reinforcing that.
Memorial last week and the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. Just amazing sights. I know you will enjoy it.
I know you will enjoy it. So notice that there. No gets the stress, but also enjoy gets the stress. However, no gets the heavy stress. So enjoy is going to be weaker. It's not going to go as high in pitch. I know you will enjoy it.
Luther King Jr. Memorial. Just amazing sights. I know you will enjoy it.
I know you will enjoy it. So notice how high no is compared to enjoy, even though both of them are stressed. All right, so just some things to highlight that I think help this sound native. Thanks to my mom for sending the file. Appreciate it. Hopefully that was helpful for people. If you guys found that helpful, let me know in the chat. Let my mom know in the chat. If you found that helpful, say, thanks, Mom. We appreciate it. Got a question here. Do American English teachers teach students the accent of their state, or do you have for a more neutral one? That's a good question. I mean, I think everyone has some regional things. My speech has some regional things. Like, for instance, I use an aw sound and an ah sound. If you speak with someone with a Midwestern accent, they're not going to do that. They're just going to do an ah sound. For me, like hawk and hockey have different sounds, but some people say hawk and hockey. That's okay. So, I think it can be somewhat tricky to escape the regionalisms. I wouldn't necessarily view it as accents of states. It's more accents of regions. There's some regions that just have more common, or even just cities. For instance, like New York City has a slightly different accent than a Philadelphia accent, which has a slightly different accent than like a Boston accent, California accent. I think it's less about individual states, though, and I think it's more about regions. The neutral one, in case you're curious, is usually viewed as like a Midwestern accent. For instance, around like Ohio, Indiana, things like that. Yeah. Hopefully that answers your question, Edward. If you have other comments about that, let me know. My mom says, I think Dad should come on board too. Yeah. Great to have an audio file from Dad. He does. He says museum instead of museum. I always thought that was interesting. People thanking my mom for the file. She says she's glad to help. Elshon asks, do all native speakers breathe from diaphragm rather than lungs? I mean, everyone breathes from their diaphragm. Let's be clear, right? If you're not using your diaphragm, you literally can't breathe. But I think that the real thing is that you want to really try to project from there. I think because even if you hear how people, I think even if you hear people that have like a nasally voice, like for instance, if you listen to Bill Gates, he's just always the first example I can think of. If you listen to Bill Gates, he has like a very nasally type sound. He kind of like talks a little bit from like up here. I haven't listened to Bill Gates in a while. I just know it's nasally. Otherwise, I'll do a better impression. But I think even if you have a nasally sound, you still want to have a lot of breath flowing through. So your placement might be high. So it's okay to have high placement. That's not necessarily a problem as long as you're getting enough breath coming through. This is something I was talking with Emmanuel in Mission English again. Emmanuel was doing some high placement exercises, but he sounded kind of nasally, like wah wah, like I want to do this, wah, really kind of whiny. And it sounds whiny because I'm not letting a lot of breath through. It's like wah. Whereas now I'm still kind of nasally, but I'm adding more resonance to it because I'm allowing more air to come through my throat a little bit. So compare like this, like wah, to like this, like wah, 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 wah. So that second one that you can hear, that's me opening my throat more to try to get a little bit more breath through. And again, that's very helpful if you're engaging your diaphragm more. Yeah. So I think in general, when you're speaking, I would just try to just build awareness. Try to feel like, okay, do I feel any sort of movement in my diaphragm? Do I feel it tensing a little bit versus no? Because if you're projecting, if I talk from my lungs, like right now I'm talking from my lungs, I'm not really using my diaphragm. Now I'm talking from my diaphragm. I'm not just relying on my lungs. And I think you can hear a difference in the quality of this sound. Okay. It's just kind of like something to pay attention to. Nazrul writes, I cannot pronounce very well the word understand. There's a couple of reasons why understand might be a difficult word to say. The first reason could be the R sound. It could be that your R is a little too strong. You might be doing like under. So just make sure you're getting enough air through on the sound there. Under. Okay. And I have a video that talks about R sounds, so I would definitely say take a look at that. The other possibility is that it could be that the schwa sound is wrong at the start. So for instance, you might be doing under, versus under. So you might be using more of an ah sound versus a schwa. So making sure you're doing un. You could do an exercise like un. Ideally, those should sound the same for your vowel. They should not be shifting. It's not un, or so un. So you want those to stay the same. Okay, so that could be the problem as well. The other issue that in many ways is a little bit more challenging is the a sound that links with an n, which again many of you are already aware of. But when an a sound links with an n, it's not a normal a sound. It's not. If you expect it to sound like the a in cat, you will be disappointed. It sounds more like an, so your tongue is sliding back a little bit and your lips are slightly tenser. Okay, so it's not a and like a and it's a and understand. So you're sending your tongue back a little bit. Your lips might be slightly tenser. And the other thing too is as soon as you finish that sound or sound, you want to do a heavy breath out of your nose right before the n. It's like and. Okay, stand, understand. So those would be, if you're saying understand and you feel like something's not coming out clearly enough, my guess is this one of those three issues. Those are the most common ones. There might be some other things at play, but those would just be my guesses. One thing you can do is just do the vowel sounds. American English is really all about vowels, so make sure you're pronouncing the vowels clearly. So you could do like and. Just practice saying those and make sure those are clear. If they're not, then, well, you know what you need to target. if you feel like you're saying that okay, then you can add in the rest of the letters. It's like and understand. And understand. And understand. And understand. Just trying to get the vowels to be more dominant. But thank you for that question. My mom notes that and, just like her name, that is true. Another question from Elchin. They say, is it okay that now when I try to speak from my diaphragm, then my air finishes very fast and I have to take a deep breath to go on speaking? My guess is that when you're speaking from your diaphragm, one, you just might not be used to it, so it might take some time to get used to. But the other thing is, too, that you might be releasing too much air too soon. So for instance, can you say, I'll give you a quick sentence or let's do this. That sentence. I'm going to say but down to diaphragm, and I'm going to do that in one breath. But it is okay that now when I try to speak from my diaphragm. But it is okay that now when I try to speak from my diaphragm. So again, that's all one breath. If you can't even say that because you're running out of air, well, that's a sign that you're probably expending breath too much. You want to kind of drag it out more. Okay. Honestly, I would like you to be in a position where you could say this whole sentence in one breath. But it is okay that now when I try to speak from my diaphragm, my air finishes very fast and I have to take a deep breath to go on speaking. That's one breath. But it is okay that now when I try to speak from diaphragm, my air finishes very fast and I have to take a deep breath to go on speaking. It shouldn't be, ideally, very difficult to say that entire sentence in one breath if you had to. So if it is challenging, then I would really work on trying to expand it and not expend so much breath all at once. Just a note. Okay, thank you for that question. It's a great one. We're moving right along. Who's next? Let me bring up our file once more. What time are we at? We are at 1:01. Guys, I don't know if we're going to be... I'm going to do my best to finish everyone today, I promise. But we have a lot of files, and we've had a lot of great discussion on important points. All right, let's take a listen to this one.
The shorter distance between 2 points is a straight line.
Elchin, you have not asked too many questions. You have asked the right amount of questions. In fact, you have not asked enough questions. You better ask me more. You better.
The shorter distance between 2 points is a straight line.
Did you say the shorter or the shortest? Because I feel like I heard shorter.
The shorter distance between 2 points is a straight line.
Okay, let's take a look at this sentence. I'm hearing shorter, which I think is interesting because the times I've heard it, usually I've heard shortest, the shortest distance. And by the way, it's not actually always true.
The shorter distance between 2 points is a straight line.
Why are we stressing points?
The shorter distance between 2 points is a straight line.
This is a straight line. It's a straight line. It's a straight line. You're stressing line or straight?
Straight line.
Straight line. You're stressing line. Oh, shucks, Elchin. You're awesome. You're awesome. You're awesome. It's a straight line. Shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. It's a straight line. I would probably stress line. I think that's okay.
Straight line.
Straight line. Straight line. You could probably go a little higher pitch on line if you want to stress that more. Hello to Zobeda checking in. Zobeda, let us know how you're doing. I know things are kind of crazy. Hope you're doing okay.
The shorter distance between 2 points is...
Okay, so, when you're dealing with, like, comparatives or superlatives, like shorter, shortest, things like that, because you're comparing, and usually the fact that you're comparing is the more important thing, not necessarily the object. So I would have expected shortest, or shorter in this case, to be the primary stress. It's like the shortest distance versus the shortest distance between two lines. That to me feels a little awkward. I would, again, stress the adjective. The shortest distance.
The shorter distance between 2 points.
The shortest distance. So I would, again, shortest distance. Shortest distance.
The shorter distance between 2 points is...
The shortest distance between 2 points. I wouldn't stress 2 points. I wouldn't stress anything there. The shortest distance between 2 points.
The shorter distance between 2 points is a...
Points. Also, the intonation is a little points versus points. Points. I would make it more gradual. Points. Shortest distance between 2 points.
The shorter distance between 2 points is a straight line.
Line. I want to hear line again.
Straight line.
Line. Line. So this is an example of a situation where I think the N sound has a kind of a high placement, and that's causing the vowel sound to also sound a little high in placement and tense as well. Can you compare like line, line? Is a straight line.
Line.
Compare my line to his. Line.
2 points is a straight line.
Line. Do that. Line versus line. So I think your N sound is a little tense and high, and that in turn is causing your I sound to also become kind of tense and high. So watch out. I would do an exercise like I, lie, line. I, lie, line. I, lie, line. And if you hear something like I, lie, lying, well, that's an immediate sign that your N is impacting your vowel sound. It's just a note. Oh God, Zubaydah's asking the heavy questions. How do you pronounce revolution? Revolution. Revolution. Heavy stress on the lu. Make sure it's not lu. Don't round your lips too much. Keep them straight. Lu. Also try to keep your placement low on that oo sound. I really emphasize in the oo because that's your stressed syllable. That's your stressed vowel. So we want that to be the clearest. If you do like lu, revolution, now you're tensing everything up. That needs to be very open and low with lots of breath. Ocean. Revolution. Revolution. It's like reva, schwa sound on the v. Revolution. Okay. Hopefully that helps. Also watch out for that short I plus N. So shin. Shin. Okay. So understand. We're glad you made it to the stream now. That's great. Hopefully this can put us in a good mood. We're going to try.
The shorter distance between.
I'm here shorter.
The shorter distance between.
Watch out for distance.
The shorter distance.
Dude, at distance. A little bit of a kind of like an E sound on that distance. Like, can you hear, compare mine? Distance.
The shorter distance.
Yeah, versus distance.
Between 2 points is a straight line.
Talking again about the N impacting vowels, I want to hear points as well.
The distance between 2 points is.
Dude, at points. Almost comes like two syllables. Points versus points. So again, I think we're seeing some impact of the N. I would do oi, oints, points, oi, oints, points, and just make sure you're not shifting your vowel. Just a note there.
The shorter distance between 2 points is a straight line.
Okay. Hopefully that makes sense, Marcos. If you have questions on that, be sure to let me know. But thank you, as always, for sending us a file. Marcos, crushing expressions as always. Okay. Manuel inviting somebody to send us an audio file. That is definitely true. And also saying that we missed her, because that's also true. We've missed you. In fact, I would dare say, Zubaydah, that in the time that you've been gone, it's been sad. We've missed you. But now you're here, so we're happy again. Okay. Let us look at me trying to do timestamps and things. Dua's been very patient, so let's take a listen to her file. Then after that, I'll try to do Shok. Shok, if I don't do you next, remind me. Don't want to forget that. Okay. So we're at 1:08:30. Look at me making timestamps, guys. Can we just clap it up for me? Just like, yeah, Jeff, trying to make things. My wife is clapping. Thank you, Kathy. That's right. Kathy's the real MVP. Kathy, do you want to say hi?
Hi.
Like live on camera or no?
After he this cake.
Okay. Oh, my wife has made a cake. She might stop by the stream and say hello. Anyways, I said we would do a. Take a listen to this. Ooh, I have no idea. There's no text here. So it's a big mystery what she sent us. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Take a listen.
Last week was my midterm exams week at college, and it was a very hard and long week. I hadn't studied anything from the beginning of the semester, so I had to cram a lot and hit the books during that week. So I'm so glad that I'm finished.
Well, congratulations on that. We'll clap that up as well. If this is a true story, is this a true story? Doing your midterms and things?
Last week was my midterm exams week at
I already have some ideas on things I want to mention.
college, and it was a very hard exams week at college, and
Exams week. I'm gonna just make some little quick grammatical, very minor grammatical things. So you might see some slight differences versus what you actually said. Just a note.
Last week was my midterm exams week at college, and it was a very hard and long week.
It was a very hard and long week. Hello to Bilal checking in. It's a pronunciation file. Great to have you here. Okay. Great to have you here. Always great to see new people in the stream. By the way, guys, while I'm doing this, I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of work going on, but just a quick reminder that if you want to help out the stream to reach more people, if you're finding this helpful, be sure to like it. And if you really want to help, you can even share it with a friend that you think this would be something that interests them.
And it was a very hard and long week.
It was a very hard and long week. It was a very hard and long week. It was a very hard and long week.
I hadn't studied anything from the beginning of the semester.
I hadn't studied. Oh my gosh.
I hadn't studied anything from the beginning of the semester.
I hadn't studied anything. I hadn't studied anything since the beginning of the semester. Okay. I can kind of get some ideas. No, you don't have to write it down. I'm just doing it so then I can show it on screen so that way if anyone has any questions about what was being said.
So I had to cram a lot and
So I have to cram a lot. It also helps when I'm referencing. So I had to cram a lot. You want to say hey? Come on. Hey, guys, we have special guests. Come back here. Sorry, there's cameras and wires and things everywhere. While I'm typing this. It's Trip. Oh, my gosh. We're okay. Oh, sorry. I forgot about that one, yeah. Say hey.
Hey.
Get to come closer to...
Hello. How are you doing?
We're good.
Good.
Thanks for joining the stream.
We're gonna make fiery flowing volcano cake.
Oh, my
Can
gosh.
you say fiery flowing volcano cake?
Can you? Fiery
Tatum
flowing
is sorting
volcano
the,
thick. Oh, my gosh. Do not come back. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God.
Tatum is sorting the vegetables.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Ciao, Teton. Ci vediamo, okay?
Who wants to say hi to?
Everyone's here. Oh my gosh, everyone's here. No, oh my gosh, this isn't even... Oh my gosh. Ciao Teton, ci vediamo, ok? Dammi un attimo, finisco mezz'ora, un'ora, sì. Okay, sorry guys, so much is happening. So much is happening. Play that part again.
study anything from the beginning of the semester. So I had to cram a lot and hit the books during
And hit the books. Look at us trying to get some idioms in here. Hit the books. So cram a lot and hit the books
during that week. So
during that week.
I'm so glad that I'm finished.
So I'm so glad that I'm finished. So glad that I'm finished. Okay, there may be some typos and things, but I think this kind of gets the bulk of the message. Eek, I'm so glad I finished. I like how they cut that off. Let's play that again. Okay.
Last week was my midterm exams week at college, and it was a very hard.
Let's just do that first part there.
Last week was my midterm exams week.
Last week, I probably would have stressed last and done an intonation pair like last week. Last week was my. Because it kind of last week. Again, we want to add. I changed stress, but also watch out for pitches because they're kind of similar. Last week versus last week. You know, last week going high and going down.
Midterm exams week at
Exams. Watch out for this consonant cluster here. So when you have that that X that comes before a stressed syllable, it's going to become like a exams. And then again, this is that A sound plus a nasal that we talked about earlier. So you want more of an am sound. Exams.
midterm exams week at
Do you hear that? Exams.
midterm exams week.
Exams week. So in addition to that am sound, I want you to kind of just review a little bit. Also try to open up your vowel because your vowel is so fast. Exams versus exams. Am, exam. You remember American English is really focused on vowel sounds, not the consonant sounds.
Term exams week at college, and it
No, it's again in college instead of at college. Pitches give me a lot of the same pitch a little bit.
last week was my midterm exams week at college.
Last week was my midterm exams week in college. In college was my midterm exams week. So we're just kind of a little bit flat. I think we could have added a little bit more pitch changes just to kind of add some more engagement, get moving, a little bit more dynamic. Last week was my midterm exams weeks in college. Last week was my midterm exams week in college. So again, take your lows a little lower. Go lower on the my. Was my last week was my
Term exams week.
compare that. Last week was my
Last week was my midterm
was my mid versus was my mid. So you can just go a little lower on the my.
exams week at college.
Exams week in college. Exams week in college. Exams week in college. So again, just playing with that pitch there.
And it was a very hard and long week.
And it was a very, very hard and long week. So, your words are telling me that, yes, this was a difficult time, but the way you're saying it, the emotion isn't necessarily conveying that same sense of difficulty. So if you want your listener to really feel how difficult it was for you, this is, again, where pitch can be really helpful. Very. And it was a very hard and long week. Or like it was a very hard, it was a very hard and long week. And it was a very hard and long week. So that's how I would, if I'm trying to convey that emotion of like, man, this was exhausting. That's how I would have done that. Okay. Just pausing, lengthening words, and playing with pitches.
Week. I hadn't studied anything from the beginning of the semester.
Again, since, instead of from the.
I hadn't studied anything from the beginning of the semester.
I hadn't studied anything. Because right now it's just a little flat.
Long week. I hadn't studied anything from.
I hadn't studied anything. You're kind of giving me the same pitch over and over. Hadn't studied anything. I hadn't studied anything. I hadn't studied. Or you could stress I hadn't studied anything. Something needs to be heavy. Something needs to go higher. And a lot needs to go lower.
Anything from the beginning of the semester.
Since the beginning of the semester. I hadn't studied anything since the beginning of the semester. Since the beginning of the semester. Since the beginning of the semester. I know originally it was from, but I think it's going to sound more natural with since. I hadn't studied anything since the beginning of the semester. You could also say I hadn't studied anything all semester if you didn't, even at the beginning you didn't study.
Anything from the beginning of the semester. So I have
semester.
From the beginning of the semester.
Semester. Where's that second syllable? It kind of just disappears.
Study anything from the beginning of the semester.
Semester. So you took out the stress syllable in semester. The sound is distress, and that's the part we need. And we did the opposite. We just took it out. We're just like, we're not going to use this. So at least in American English, you'll need that S sound. Semester.
Study anything from the beginning of the semester. So I had to cram a lot.
Cram, again, that A sound plus M. So I had to cram a lot. Again, higher pitch. So I had to cram a lot. So I had to cram a lot. That's fine. It's understandable. But if you're really wanting this to sound natural, you need that to go higher. So I had to cram a lot. Notice also you're going lower. So I had to cram a lot. That's another trick too. You don't necessarily have to go really high if your lower pitches go lower, right? So I had to cram a lot.
From the beginning of the semester. So I had to cram a lot and hit.
Cram a lot. I would also use rising intonation, especially if there's more information coming. It's so I had to cram a lot. Really dragging out that lot.
To cram a lot and hit the books during that week.
Hit the books. So I had to cram a lot and hit the books. I like that you use the idiom. It's a little bit redundant. If you say I had to cram a lot, that would have been fine. You don't really need to say hit the books. Hit the books isn't necessarily it's common enough, it's understood, but it's not necessarily one that you hear a whole lot when people talk.
Hit the books during.
Watch out for your sound in books. So say books more. Books. Really try to open up that vowel. It's like books. Yeah. So I had to cram a lot and hit the books.
That week.
During that week. I want to hear during that week again.
A lot and hit the books during that week.
During that week. And hit the books during that week. During that week. That's how I would have done that. Lower pitches during that week.
So I'm so glad that I'm finished.
If you want to make that sound like you are really, really glad that you're finished, and I imagine you are, and you want to show that emotionally, Because right now it just sounds a little neutral, like I'm so glad I finished. I'm exaggerating, but that's kind of how it sounds. If you want to convey that emotion more,
lot and hit the books during that week. So I'm so glad that
I'm so glad that I finished. I'm so glad that I'm finished. Or I'm so glad that I'm finished. One of those options is just going to help convey a little bit more emotion. Yeah, so just some suggestions there on pitch, just to kind of convey the emotions that grammatically you're suggesting, or syntactically you're suggesting, what you're saying. Pitches some vowel things just to open up your vowels a little bit more. And then I also changed some little word choice things to just help us sound a little more natural. But yeah, great file. Again, you don't have to do the pitch things. Everything you're saying is completely understandable. Nothing wrong with it. But this is just going to add that extra layer of sounding more natural. Okay. My mom notes that she would stress so, like so glad. So that's certainly one option. So glad. Or you could do so glad. Again, just another option as well. But do I thank you for sending a file. I appreciate it. Okay, we're going to take a look at Shoke next. I'm doing timestamps, guys. Doing timestamps. And in case you're just joining us, welcome. Oh, I don't have my thing going anymore. This is the Schwa Mill, which happens every single Saturday at this time. You send in pronunciation files. We listen to them and give feedback. That's our whole thing. That's what we are trying to do. Listen to as many files as we can to help you improve the most in American English to sound as natural as possible. We talked about some opportunities that are also going on right now. Just want to kind of remind you of, in case you just joined us. Firstly, we have a program called Mission English, where basically what we do is Monday through Friday, we have a live stream that you can join me on. And during that live stream, what we do is basically kind of have a class. It's like you're joining me on the live stream, and we talk about, you ask me questions, we do exercises together. There's other people in class that you can listen to, hear their mistakes, and also hear my corrections for them, because there's a very good chance if they're making the mistakes, you may be doing something similar as well. You also get access to all of the previous classes and things like that too. So it's a great opportunity to improve. And right now we are doing Friendsgiving. So if you join Mission English with a friend, so if you and another person join, then you get to have a private class with me one-on-one for free. It's a free 30-minute session. It would be great to have you in that class. It would be even better to have you in Mission English. We have so much fun there. We do have other opportunities. So if maybe this is a time of hardship, a lot of people are saying it's a recession. A lot of jobs are firing people, things like that. I totally understand it. Maybe, the $30 a month is not an option for you right now, but you still want to get pronunciation practice, and maybe you want something a little bit more than just the videos or the Schwa Mill. You still want to practice every day, and you still want feedback every day, but you just can't. That's just not a great option for you right now. One thing that we do have is a pronunciation group on Telegram, which has already been referenced once. And basically what happens in the Telegram group is every day I post a challenge group of words. I send in an audio file that you can hear, and then you can send in your own pronunciation file, and I give feedback. So if that sounds like something that's you're more game for, you can either join at patreon.com, or you can go to Fluent American /Mission English and join. And here's just some other quick information about that as well. Eel, please. I think your O sounds are a little bit tense. I'm getting a lot of O. Take off the T on center. So again, you can join our Telegram group two ways. You can go to fluentamerican.com/ Mission English. There's an option to join the Telegram group there. Or you can go to patreon.com /fluentamerican as another option. So again, I'm just going to put that in chat in case people are interested. It'd be great to work with you more. If those are things that you are looking for on both of our opportunities. Yes. We're always happy to have my mom here. Yeah, she always provides some great feedback. Edward, again, reinforces that semester has the stress on the second syllable. We need it. Need it. Dua says, thanks for the feedback. Thank you for sending the file. We cannot do this without you. I can't do any of this without you guys. So all of this is possible. It's done. Take a look at this. I need to put it here for the focus. This is a cake, apparently, shaped like a volcano. You guys see the lava? And there's like lava coming down. My wife has made this for my son, so he does not sleep at all today. Perfect. Great. If you want a piece of that cake, let us know in the chat. Yeah. Manuel asks, what is that? It is chocolate cake with some, I guess there's like some pudding in the middle or something like that. It looks super, super sweet. Sure has 1,000 grams of sugar. And I'm sure my son will enjoy it. Delicious is subjective. Do you guys like sweet foods? Any sweet people? I'll be honest, I am more of a salt person, although I will make exceptions. I like for instance, like lemon bars or like lemon, like things that are kind of like a little sour sweet. I can manage. Like my favorite ice cream flavor is lemon blueberries. It's a delicious, delicious flavor. Yeah. But in general, I've lost a lot of my sweet tooth. Okay, Shok has been very patient. I need to update the timestamp because we're actually at 1:25:08. Okay. My mom knows she's going for that salt. She wants that bag of chips, those pretzels. Whenever I go home, there's a big bag of pretzels waiting. Also, let me know where you put your guys' snacks. Do you guys put your snacks on top of your fridge? Do you guys have cupboards and things? Where are you guys putting your snacks? How often do you snack? I didn't even have lunch today. I didn't even drink enough water today. I don't have Denny here. I need someone to tell me to drink. Also, we have Schwa Mill mugs. Just heads up. Chocolate cake flavored vanilla. What? What is that? Chocolate cake flavored vanilla? It's like a chocolate cake that also has vanilla flavor. This is like, oh my gosh, this there's a lot happening there. Manuel puts his in cupboards. Does anyone else do this? Like when we go like on car rides. I mean, in the U.S. you do car trips, right? Like a 3-hour car ride to some place isn't unreasonable. Or like if I drive back home to Philadelphia, that's a like 8 to 10 hour drive. But my wife, she like brings so many snacks, and she's like on a whole foods plant-based diet. So you'd be like, oh, that means you can eat like 2 things. But no, she fills up the entire back seat with snacks, and it's wild. See, Emmanuel sounds like my wife. Too many snacks to put on the fridge. Yeah, she puts them on the fridge, and we have 2 cabinets that are just full of them. She says she organized it. I asked her to organize our cupboard, and she's like, I just did. And I was like, thank you. Anyways, let's bring back our files here. Excited to hear what Shok has for us. Shok's been pounding the literature stuff. That is not the file I wanted. Totally understand. Some books get motivated to study. Totally understand that. All right, let's see what kind of feedback we can get for Shok.
Dr. Faust is a German scholar. He is so ambitious that he committed an act which caused his downfall.
Oh, we don't have to play part. Okay. Just a quick note. This is actually very important for people. Was the past tense of the verb to be cannot be contracted. So like if you have like Dr. Faustus was, I can't really contract that. Or like he was so ambitious, I can't say he's so ambitious, because what's going to happen is if you contract that, it's going to sound like you're doing the present tense, and that's not what you're doing, right? You're doing the past. So be careful. You cannot contract was. Abort. Don't do it. Don't do it. I know you'll want to. One day you're going to try to do it, and then you're going to remember this class and be like, oh yeah, I can't do that because Jeff said I can't contract the past. One day you're going to remember. Okay, anyways.
Dr. Faust is a German scholar.
Because right now I'm not really hearing that was.
Dr. Faust is a German.
I'm just Dr. Faustus, a German scholar. I'm not hearing the was. Like Dr. Faustus was a, and granted the was will be reduced, so it's probably gonna be a very low pitch, but I need it to be there a little bit more, just a little bit more present. Okay, Dr. Faustus was a.
Dr. Faust is a German scholar.
Scholar. It's a scholar, more scholar. American English, more scholar. So I'll do that progression. Scholar.
Dr. Faust is a German scholar.
I like your fall rise because you have more information coming. So I think that's very natural. Scholar. Dr. Faustus was a German scholar. Our next part.
Faust is a German scholar. He's so ambitious.
Again, it's a he's or he was. 'Cause again, I can't contract the past.
He's so ambitious that
Ambitious, watch out for that short I sound. Ambitious. So it's not eh. It's more e. It's more eh. Ambitious, not ambitious. It's more bish. Ambitious.
a scholar. He's so ambitious that he committed an act.
That he committed an act. I do think you go a little lower in your pitches and also try to link it more with breath. Right now it's a little choppy.
He's so ambitious that he committed an act.
That he committed an act versus that he committed an act. That he committed an act. That he committed an act. That's if you want to try to just link it a little bit more and kind of get it flowing more. That's one option that you could do.
Ambitious that he committed an act which caused his downfall.
Downfall. Emmanuel asks, stress down or downfall? The fall. Do you want to stress down? It's compound noun. Downfall. Downfall. The fall sounds very closed off.
Caused his downfall.
Yeah, downfall versus downfall. Downfall. So a little bit more open in your throat. Try not to close it off. Otherwise, you're going to get that cracking like fall versus fall. Try to open that up more and kind of get a lower pitch. Downfall. Downfall. Okay. Causes downfall.
Scholar, he's so ambitious that he committed an act which caused his downfall.
You know, it's interesting because I'm hearing that all sound on cause, so I really would have liked that same all sound because I thought that sounded pretty good on caused. I would have liked that same sound on fall. Caused his downfall. Caused his downfall.
Is that he committed an act which caused his downfall.
I would take off the stress on caused, which caused his downfall versus which causes downfall, which causes, you probably actually want to lower your pitch there and kind of, which causes downfall, which caused is, that is an opportunity too for a reduction. Caused is,
Which caused his,
you're using H, caused his, that's fine, nothing wrong with that. But another option, if you wanted to reduce it more, this is a reduction you could do. This is a chance you could contract this. Caused is downfall. Instead of caused his downfall, you could say caused his downfall. Just a note there. Okay. I think I highlighted a lot of the main things there. Shok, if you have some questions about that, be sure to let me know. But thank you as always for sending that file. Thanks also for keeping us educated. Literary scenes. I know that's the important stuff. Okay. Before we take a look at our next file, there's something I've noticed, and it's kind of sad. It's a little sad. There are currently 18 people watching us, so thank you. It's great to see you all. If it's your first time here, could you just tell me and say, hey, I've never seen this stream before. I have no idea who you are, Jeff, but hi. It would be great to hear from you. Or if you've watched the stream in the past, but you've never said a thing, this is your chance to say hello. And we hope to see you in our future stream. And lastly, one last reminder, if you are finding this helpful, other people might also find this helpful too. I would greatly appreciate it if you could like the stream, because that has a huge impact on spreading the word. So does chatting. So like in live streams, every time you comment, that tells the YouTube or chat in the chat box, that tells the algorithm that, oh, people are enjoying themselves. So just some little things that you can do to help me as I try to help you. We note on some snacks. Nick says, I literally eat 0 snacks. None. I have a Snickers bar. This is a very contradictory sentence, Nick. I eat 0 snacks. However, every day I have my daily Snickers bar. I'm a little confused. Just because you do it every day does not mean. Bilal says, hey again. Hello. Thank you for saying hi, Bilal. I appreciate it. You can disappear again if you want, though I would love to see you more in the chat. But thank you for saying hey. King of the Universe. Oh my gosh. It's their first time sending a file. It's Hussein, King of the Universe, with that great picture. Ooh, look at those blue eyes on that cat. That is great. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. How did you find it? Was just the algorithm gods just kind of passed it along? How did you find it? It's great to see you here. Trying to get through as many files as I can. I'm going to try to get through everybody, at least a little bit. Let's do I'm gonna do Zobeida's next, then Hussein's, just because it's their first time. Want Hussein to come back, so I have to do him soon, right? Um, um, placement videos. The recommended it. Oh, cool. I'm glad. I hope the placement video was helpful. Such a key concept. Manual needs to be part of our. We need to have like a group called like the Welcome Wagon. So anytime like someone new comes, they're just like, "Hey, welcome." Um, what did I say I was gonna do? We did show. Oh, I want to do Zobeida's. And I don't type what I said to see if you under. Oh, Zobeida is challenging us. Zobeida has thrown down the gauntlet. I'll show you in a moment what I mean. But this, I love a challenge. It's gonna be great. Zobeida has challenged us. So this is a challenge for everyone, even in the chat. Everyone in chat, we are about to listen to Zobeida's file. But she has challenged us. She says, I don't type what I said to see if you understand me. So we have a challenge, guys. We need to play Zobeida's file, and we need to make sure we understand everything she's saying. And I need you guys in the chat to tell me, do you understand everything she says? You can say yes, you can say no. I'm excited. Hope you are too. Oh, she sent a long. Oh, Zobeida's feeling brave today. She's feeling brave. Not only is she challenging us, but she's sending a 13-second file. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's what's up. Manuel says maybe that's what she says in the file. Yeah, that would be very anticlimactic. Maybe that's what she says. Now, Joel mentions this is my first time in the live. I always follow your videos and it helps me a lot. Cool. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. What made you come to the live? You always follow the videos, but you decided today is the day. You're like, you know what? Today I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna jump in the live stream. What changed your mind? I am so curious about that. All right, but let's listen to this file. Let's see what Zobeida's gonna say. Okay. And Bilal mentioned subscribe to the channel weeks ago. That's great. Yes, search for right accent led to your videos. I'm glad YouTube is doing its thing. I appreciate it. Great to have you guys.
I was talking to a friend tonight and I noticed that my English has gotten worse. And I used some British T sounds when I was talking.
Okay, so I understood it. I think we might run an issue, not because of the pronunciation, just because the volume for me is a little bit low. So I'm gonna have to do this file a little bit fast, but I'll try to highlight these things for you so then you can apply them afterwards when you listen to your file. Sorry, guys.
I was talking to a friend tonight.
I was talking to a friend tonight. I was talking to a friend tonight. One thing I would say there is that you don't. I was talking to a friend tonight. I probably wouldn't go up on tonight. Okay, like I was talking to a friend tonight. I would do lower pitch. I wouldn't stress tonight. I wouldn't go as heavy on the intonation. I was talking to a friend tonight. I was talking to a friend tonight.
I was talking to a friend tonight and I noticed that.
And I noticed that. And I noticed that. I actually think I like your movement, and I noticed that. Again, I think it's just the audio quality. I don't think it's what you're doing. I think what you're doing actually sounds pretty good. But I noticed that. Go lower pitch on that.
And I noticed that my English has gotten worse.
My English has gotten worse. My English has gotten worse. A little bit unexpected, but I like it. My English has gotten worse. So you have that kind of lower pitch on worse, but that it makes it stand out more. My English has gotten worse. My English has gotten worse. You know, I like that a lot. I like that movement. I also like that pause.
Tonight, and I noticed that.
And I noticed that. And then you pause and you wait. And I like that. Very, very natural pause there.
My English has gotten worse.
My English has gotten worse.
And I used some British T sounds.
And I used some British. You know, you could go higher pitch on British, and I used some British sounds. Okay. And I used some British.
Some British T.
British. Watch out for short I sounds in British, more British. British. Okay, just a note there.
Sounds when I was talking.
When I was talking. I used some British sounds when I was talking. You don't need to stress talking. I used some British sounds when I was talking. And I used some British sounds when I was talking. So I would go lower there. Yeah. So basically, because that file was just a little bit low, I apologize. I'm going to move on, but hopefully that listen to the file on your end, make sure you can understand it, and hopefully that feedback is helpful for you. Like I said, great to have you back with us for the moment. I know times are challenging, but it's been great to see. Moving right along. I think was it British T or P or D? It could be T. It's one of those E letters that has an E. Oh, I didn't mention that. Let's make a guess. Maybe that was like 135. 135.29. Okay. We're getting them done, guys. Hey, we're kind of making it through. My wife's being very patient. Mr. Go Big Go Home is here. Good day, sir. Good day. Good day. Oh, Hussein. We're going to do Hussein next. Hussein is at 140.52 because I'm remembering timestamps because I'm a good teacher today. Maybe. And this person wants to rap. Mr. Go Big Go Home comes in with the big questions. Fluent American, what does mainstream mean in terms of mainstream music? Mainstream is kind of like very similar like pop or music that you can expect to hear on the radio or that most people are familiar with. That's pretty much mainstream music. Yeah. If you're like me and into like blues, then that is not generally mainstream. It's hard to find radio station doing the blues. Okay, we're going to listen to Hussein rock the mic because he wants to be a rapper, unless he's taking this from some dialogue or something, shadowing. See what we got. Oh, Hussein, 20-second file.
Right. When I grow up, you know what I want to be. Take a seat. Let me tell you my ridiculous dream. I want to rap. Yeah, I know it's hard to believe. And I can tell you all the things that I never succeed. But I'm okay with it. I admit the legs are weak.
Oh, he keeps
I'll be
going.
working on it. I'll be good eventually. I understand you got a call before you get to your feet. But I'll be ready for a while. Then ready for me.
Okay. Man's got flow. How can we help it even more?
Right. When I grow up, you know what I want to be.
Okay. So I think a big overarching thing that we're going to mention here is that I think a lot of times your consonant sounds are standing out a little bit more than your vowel sounds. And in American English, you want it to be the opposite. You want your vowels to stand out more than your consonants. Manuel saying, get in the groove. Yes. Get in that groove. You will groove. I command you.
Right. When I grow up, you know.
When I grow up. So like you can hear a little bit on grow. Some of your placement things are also I think we're doing a lot of projection from our lungs and not really engaging our diaphragm a whole lot. So I would like you to try to get more breath through. So for instance, just say that first phrase, take a big breath in and just try to say like down 3 times like when I grow up, when I grow up, when I grow up, you know, and say when I grow up, when I grow up, when I grow up, more when I grow up, when I grow up, when I grow up. You know, so just kind of something to pay attention to there. Because I think you're doing a lot of projection from your lungs, and I think your consonant sounds are a little heavy. I do have to pause. Stephen Nelson, thanks for joining us. Top 3 blues artists. I have to answer this question because, like, I'm sorry, Hussein. I hope you understand. Because no one talks about the blues. Probably at the top, I would probably put Buddy Guy. In second place, I would put Albert King. And in third place, I do like BB. And I do like John Lee Hooker. But I like Luther Allison. I'll put him number 3 for right now. If you ask me tomorrow, I might change my mind. But those are probably the 3 people I'd pick right now. Okay. Get out of here, Denny. Sorry, I'm so used to Denny making stuff like that. No, Emmanuel, get out of here. I am so mad at you. I like BB. Yeah, I like BB. But I would probably pick Buddy Albert and Luther Allison. I will be honest. In another universe, I am not an English teacher. I own a blues bar called 3 Kings, and I just play BB King and Albert King and Freddie King nonstop. or a blues bar just called Kings. I think Kings is a great name for a blues bar. Anyways, Hussein, thank you for your patience. I appreciate you.
When I grow up, you know what I want to be.
Because again, we're just really closed off here. When I grow up, you know what I want to be. When I grow up, I want. You know what I. Let me hear it again.
When I grow up, you know what
When I grow up, we're really closed off. Grow up.
I want to be.
What I want to be.
When I grow up, you know what I want to be.
What I want to hear that what I connection.
You know what I want to.
What I versus what I. So linking that T sound. When you have a T surrounded by vowels, much more common to link them with a fast D flap T sound. So I said what I more. What I. So I would practice some fast D flap T sounds. Okay. Give me some names. I'm down to hearing people. Okay. Can you reverse ask, how's my accent? Do I sound Indian? A lot of the rhythms that you're doing are very typical of Indian speech. So everything I'm talking about, heavy consonant sounds. We'll talk about pitch in a moment. And it's just kind of choppy. And by extending your breath, allowing your breath to flow more from one sound to the next, this is how you can kind of avoid that. And by also emphasizing vowel sounds more. Okay. So really pay attention to the feedback I'm going to give here.
Take a seat. Let me tell you my.
Take a seat. So something you're doing too is take a look at seat. Can you do like E, C, C, E, C, C, E, C, C? Those E's and all of those should sound the same. And if you find that you're doing E, C, 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 or like something like that where your vowel is shifting before your T, that's a sign that your consonants are impacting your vowel sounds. So just be very, very careful. Okay? Just something to pay attention to. Somebody saying 2 singers. I can host a talent show. That would be great. We could bring in. We could do 3. We could bring in Shok. We could bring in our rapper Hussein, and we could bring in the singer. We're getting there. Okay. Everyone wants accent ratings now. Hang on, guys. Let me finish up with Hussein. Hussein has been super patient.
Take a seat. Let me tell you my.
Because I see, take a seat. So you're getting really tense there. Versus C. Try and keep the placement low. So it's not take a seat. It's more take a seat. Keep things low, open. Placement always coming from here. Try to engage your diaphragm.
Ridiculous name. I want to rap. My ridiculous name.
Ridiculous. Listen to how you're saying ridiculous.
I want to be. Take a seat. Let me tell you my ridiculous name.
Let me tell you. A lot of times you will get reduced very often to like, yeah, let me tell you my.
Take a seat. Let me tell you my ridiculous name.
My ridiculous dream. Let me tell you my ridiculous. Ridiculous is probably going to get stressed. It's one of those adjectives, like those slightly unusual adjectives that are very, that convey a lot of emotion, tend to get stressed. So I would probably stress ridiculous. Let me tell you my ridiculous dream. Also notice for ridiculous, how I'm saying that. Ridiculous. Pay attention how you're saying it.
Ridiculous name.
Ridiculous. So what's happening is your consonant sounds are heavier than mine. Ridiculous. It's like what you can do is just take the vowels. It's like re, e, I, u, e, I, u, e, I, u, e, u, ridiculous, e, u, ridiculous, e, u, ridiculous. You know, so just kind of alternating between those can really try to help open up your vowels a little bit.
I want to rap.
I want to rap. You're giving me the same pitch. Da.
Ridiculous name. I want to rap.
I want to rap. Da. I want to rap. I want to rap. Where's your stress? Your stressed word? Rap? Cool. Go higher on it. I want to rap. Let me tell you my ridiculous dream. I want to rap. You know, go higher. I want to rap. Also, pitch the wanna. I wanna. 3 steps down. I wanna. And then you go high again on rap. Rap. I want to rap. Increase your range of pitches if you're trying to avoid getting that kind of like Indian type of accent.
Yeah, I know it's hard to believe. And
Yeah, I know. I didn't even hear yeah, I know. Hang on.
I want to rap. Yeah, I know it's hard.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. You're stressing the yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Probably I honestly would be very common stress for that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know it's hard to believe. Or you could stress no. Yeah, I know it's hard to believe. But it's probably not going to be yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know it's hard to believe. Yeah, something like that is going to really help stand it out. Because right now, all the words are kind of running together. And that can cause people to need a moment to understand what you're saying.
I want to rap. Yeah, I know it's hard to
Yeah, no. Yeah, I know. And also going lower pitch on no.
believe, and I can rap. Yeah, I know it's hard to believe.
Believe. Your E sound again is very tense. Believe, E, Lee versus E, Lee, E, Lee. So just a note there as well. Okay. Yeah, no, it's hard to believe. This is a very long file, so I'm just going to base it on the text that we have here. And I want to make sure we get through everybody. But Hussein, hopefully this gives you some things to kind of begin targeting with regards to pitch, with regards to breath, with regards to linking, and with regards a little bit to placement as well. If you were to start with one concept, I would start with either placement or pitch. And I think those will be helpful for you. But thank you so much for sending your file. Hope to see you next week as well. You're doing some great things. I think, rapping in any language can be challenging. The fact you're doing a second language is even better. I think you have the general, the speed. I'm not worried about your fluency. You're speaking very fluent, but I want you to kind of be paying attention to these other factors as well to make it sound even more natural. Okay, thank you for that file. I had to step out from the chat for a minute, just see what's going on. Other artists, my mom mentions she loves Blind Lemon Jefferson. I'm not as familiar with that. I need to listen to Blind Lemon, I guess. I'm sorry, guys. Do ask, would you rate my accent as well? Yeah, I think, how are we rating it? Like 1 to 10? Like 5 stars? Like, what are we doing? What I would say is that if the question is, why doesn't my accent sound 100% natural? Or why doesn't it sound 100% like a native speaker? I think the reason is we're not using enough pitches. Okay, and I think also some of the things that we mentioned too, sometimes we're dropping syllables or sometimes our vowels are a little bit too weak, so, but the main thing I would be targeting is pitch. But like, your English is already clear. Like if you're just going for clear English, cool. See you. You don't need the streams or anything anymore. People will understand you fine. You're already there. I think you're already at a high level. Emmanuel's saying it's way better than mine. You sound pretty good. Oh my gosh, it's these sorts of comparisons are so hard to do. Like don't compare Englishes, guys, because it's everyone's doing different things. Emmanuel's also at a great spot as well. Is only a vowel sound in English? I'm not sure I fully understand. Like is only a vowel sound. Yeah, I mean there's no there's no consonant involved with that. If I'm understanding the question correct. If you can clarify that a little bit more, that'll be helpful too. Okay. Let's go Sycamore. Sycamore sent us a file way at the beginning. First one here. Where are we at in terms of time? We're at 1:53. You guys have spent like 2 hours almost with me on a Saturday studying American English. Oh my gosh. Who would have thought? 2022, guys. Okay. Oh, I didn't put in the text. Speaking of people with some good English, I think everyone here has been speaking very well, very clear. But another one.
I can't tell you who deleted the video, but I can access who logged into the server over the past day.
Okay.
I can't tell you who deleted the video.
Can't tell you deleted the video, so it's just a video.
I can't tell you who deleted the video.
Okay. In the context of this sentence, so we have a little bit of situation. So you have a speaker who can't do one thing, but they can do another thing. I can't tell you to delete a video, but I can. So you're kind of contrasting things you can't do versus things you can do. So I can't tell you to delete it, but I can access. I can't tell you to delete the video. I can't tell you to delete the video. So one option is you could stress can't. That could be your heavy stress. I can't tell you who deleted the video, but I can access. Or you could also say, but I can access who logged into the server. I think with so you have like this parallel structure in a way. Like you can't do this, but you can do this. And I know it sounds very logical that in English you would balance it. So like whatever you do on one side, you would do to the other. It's like it's can't, can. And that is possible. I can't tell you who deleted the video, but I can access who logged in, yada, yada, yada. That is one option. But a lot of times when you actually listen to native speakers, what you'll see is that it doesn't work that way. And instead, the native speaker will stress something different. You know, if they stress the verb in the first part, they'll stress the noun, or vice versa, and things like that. So if you wanted to mix it up, another option could be, I can't tell you deleted the video. You could, in that case, you could stress video. And then in the next part, you could stress him. But I can access, you know, or you could do can't and then access. I can't tell you who deleted the video, but I can access who logged into the server. Can access who logged into the server. So you could also stress server there instead. You know, so there are some options. You have a lot of opportunities to play with stresses here. But let's see what you're doing again.
I can't tell you who deleted the video.
A little flat.
I can't tell you who deleted the video.
That's kind of your pattern, right? See if you can hear that.
I can't tell you who deleted the video.
And that sort of pattern, a little sing-songy, a little bit predictable, and a little bit too flat. So I would pick one stress and go with it. So if you're doing video, as your heavy stress, like I can't tell you deleted the video. I can't tell you deleted the video. I can't tell you who deleted the video. Can't tell you who deleted the video. So notice that going down, 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 up. Can't tell you deleted the video. It's just an option to add some movement there.
I can't tell you who deleted.
Want to hear tell you again?
I can't tell you who.
When you're saying tell you, Sycamore, I would ask, like when you're doing that dark L sound, is the tongue high or low? It sounds a little high. Tell you versus tell you. I would say, and maybe you are doing this, but I would just say make sure the front of your tongue is down against the bottom of your mouth. Tell you. Can't tell you.
I can't tell you who deleted the video.
Tell you. The thought group to me, this is, you can have multiple thought groups here, but I would cut off. I would have made this one thought group. I can't tell you deleted video. Can't tell you deleted video.
Can't tell you who deleted the.
That pause there is a little too long. I can't tell you.
I can't tell you who deleted.
Or if you do have the pause, I can't tell you who deleted. Don't raise the pitch on who if you do have the pause. I can't tell you who deleted the video.
The video, but I can access who logged into the server over the past day.
I don't think that what you did sounds wrong in terms of pitch patterns, but I personally probably would not have stressed over the past day. I wouldn't have had that any word there stressed. A lot of times when it comes to time in American English, those time words are not stressed. They can be, but a lot of times they're not.
But I can access who logged into the server over the past day.
Besides pitch and stress.
Video, but I can access who.
Want to hear access?
But I can access who.
Access. Notice your placement kind of rises there on the ses sound. Sis, more ses. I can access.
Logged into the server.
Logged in. You could do logged in or logged in. You can do ah sound or ah sound. But try to get a little bit more open, more breath.
Access who logged into the.
Logged, because right now it sounds very closed off. I feel like your placement's like up here. Logged in versus logged in or logged in. Either one of those.
Who logged into the server over the past day.
Server. Who logged into the server?
Who logged into the server?
I think your last R sound of server is a little tight and close. Server. It's not server. It's more server. That's just a note there.
Over the past day.
Cool. Those would be my major comments there. Just for the sake of time, I'm going to try to move on to our next file. But Sycamore, hopefully that makes sense for you. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know. But thank you, as always, for sending that file. Always great to see Sycamore. I see us down for 1, 2, 3 more files. Can you guys give me time for 3 more files? Say yay if you can. Say nay if you can't. Can't. If you want a really nasal sound and really closed off placement. Can't. Question here. Oh, goodbye to my mom. Thank you so much for joining us, Mom. Thanks for sending the audio file. We appreciate it. Okay. Let me ask I mean as a voice. Yeah, I mean, again, if I'm understanding, I would treat it as a vowel. I wouldn't say it comes as other things. Yeah. Okay. We have another question as well. Beta asks, can I make a video on subjunctive? It's tricky. I don't want this to become Indo has to go as well. Totally. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you found the things helpful. It's just great to see you. We'll see you in the Telegram group as well. Bilal says, yeah, let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. 3 files. I'm going to try to finish them in like 10 minutes. But going back to the grammar thing, I really kind of want to stay away from grammar. I want to kind of focus on pronunciation things. There's so many channels out there on grammar, or there's so many channels doing like everything English, and I'd like to be kind of just strictly pronunciation, at least for the moment. That being said, I might be able to kind of work around it. Maybe we could do a pronunciation video on like common patterns you'll see with subjunctives and like if clauses and things. Okay. Or like recommend and suggest and things like that. Okay. Let's take a look at for Fernando's. Oh man, we're about to get biblical up in here. Here's the file that they mentioned. Quick question here from Bilal. How do we distinguish between vowels and consonant pronunciation? You know, so I would take a word that has a decent amount of consonants and vowels. Let's take a word like, let's use respectable. Respectable has lots of consonants in there, right? So what I would do with any word that I'm studying pronunciation of, or you could do this with sentences too, is again, just start off with the vowels. So like respectable. So I would do like e, o, e, o. And I would try to say them in one breath and try to never stop the breath. E, o, e, o. And then once you get comfortable with that, you can start adding in the consonants again. E, o, e, o, e, o. And it's okay if it sounds like mush. In fact, we kind of want it to sound like mush. That's okay. Now we can add the consonants back in. E-L, respectable. E-L, respectable. E-L, respectable. E-L, respectable. You know, just trying to make sure that those the vowels are standing out and the consonants are weak enough. Because if your consonants are strong there, it'll be like respectable, respectable versus respectable. EL, respectable. EL, respectable versus EL, respectable. You know, can you hear the difference there? So this kind of something, again, American English really more about trying to get those vowel sounds to stand out. Okay, we got, hopefully that makes sense, but let me know if that's not clear. File here.
Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you.
Very heavy voice. It's great.
Do unto others.
Do unto others. Just a quick note. So a lot of times when you hear this said, so again, kind of your biblical phrases and things like that, relatively common. So you're stressing do. A lot of times you're going to hear people stress actually to others. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Have them do unto you. So a lot of times, Emmanuel, let me know if it's too loud. I can turn it down. I wouldn't stress do. I would stress others. Them do unto you as you would have them do unto you. And then I would stress the last do. It's like do unto others as you have them do unto you. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Like so, something like that I think would be very common. Yeah, it really starts with the hammer. Turn it down slightly.
Do unto others.
Watch out for that schwa sound on others. So it's not others, others. It's more others, others. So again, make sure your teeth aren't touching. Middle of your tongue's a little high. Front of your tongue is down. And trying to project this one. Others, others. Do unto others. Do unto others.
Do unto others.
You know, others versus others. A lot of it's also breath. So just like, a lot more breath. Try to feel your diaphragm a little bit. Because right now you're really projecting from your lungs. Your lungs are doing a lot of work. Others, 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 others.
As you'd have them do.
As you'd, okay, using a contraction. I love contractions. Great, great, great. Emmanuel should be excited. Emmanuel loves contractions and reductions.
As you'd have them.
As you'd have them. The problem is you're giving me the same pitch. Da, 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 da. See if you guys can hear that. Da, 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 da.
As you'd have them.
As you'd have them. As you'd have them. Do unto others as you'd have them. As you'd have them. Most likely every one of those is going to go down in pitch. As you'd have them. As you'd have them. Down, 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 down.
Do unto you.
Do unto you. Or do unto you.
Do unto you.
Do unto. Do unto.
Do unto you.
I want to hear do.
Have them do unto you.
Your ooh sounds again also very closed off intense. Ooh, ooh, do unto you versus do unto you. ooh. So one thing I would say is make sure your lips are a little straighter. You could probably even open your mouth a little wider. Back of your tongue is high, front of your tongue is down. And again, the goal is like an ooh sound. Ooh. Ooh. And again, the next video we have coming out in Novanglish is going to talk more about this. But ooh. Ooh. Okay. Do unto you.
Do unto you.
You. That yeah sound is really strong. You versus you. Notice the emphasis is on ooh. Ooh, yeah. I would just try to cycle between those. Yeah. 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 And if you find that you're doing ooh, you, that's a sign that your yeah sounds a little strong. As you. Emmanuel is asking. You make it sound as you. You can use a je sound. Yes, you could just you could say as you or as you. You'll hear both. I think you have some flexibility there. Okay, thanks for sending this file. Just for sake of time, I'm going to move on to our next one, but we do certainly appreciate it. I hope to hear from you again in our next stream. Always good to hear Fernando. Great talking with him recently. Oh, I forgot to. What's our timestamp for that? Let's say I did 10 minutes. So let's do like 1:55. That's a guess. Okay, I see Jesse and then Miskiff, who is new to me. Okay. Quick question. You made a video. Yes. So I do have a video talking about kind of just trying to go from vowels to consonants and strengthening your vowel sounds and weakening your consonants. It's actually, in fact, one of our early videos in our Novanglish 30-day accent challenge, which I hope you guys, if you guys, let me know, have you guys been watching our 30-day challenge? Have you seen any video? Have you seen one video? Have you seen all of them? Let me know in the chat. This is helpful knowledge for me. If you go to this video here on the homepage, where it says I quit using 24 letters. This video talks all about weakening consonant sounds and strengthening vowels. Okay, so that's for you. But again, going to Jesse, asking the important questions. Emmanuel has watched all of them. I need to make like a trophy or something for people who's watched like all of them. Appreciate it, Emmanuel. I do appreciate that, man. Emmanuel's great. Find someone, like, if you have one goal in life, the goal is to find someone like Emmanuel. Just find someone like just like supports you. You know, this is so great to have. I appreciate all he's doing. Blah, I feel like you gave me like, are those hands the same color? I feel like they're different color hands, which is cool. I'm all about that. Sorry about Nightbot. Nightbot, behave. Anyways, last two files. We're going to Jesse. Nightbot yells at Blah and then says, helpful content? that's so wild. 2:07. Oh, okay. So many timestamps today. Such a long stream. Okay. Thank you guys for hanging in. I know we're doing long today, but you guys are troopers. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thanks for the kind words. King Universe saying play some video was helpful. That's so great to hear. Let's try and do things that help, guys. Okay. When was the last time we made peanut butter cookies? Such important questions were being asked here. Take a listen.
When was the last time we made peanut butter cookies?
When was the last time we made peanut butter cookies? Okay. So a couple of key concepts. So you're going really heavy on the when, which isn't necessarily a problem. You can start a question with a high, like what's a stressed word. That is okay. That works. I forgot to plug in my phone. Well, my phone just died. Oh well. One camera, guys. One camera.
When was the last time we made?
When was the last time? This sounds almost accusatory, though. Like, when was the last time? Tell me. When was the last time? You know, it's kind of a little bit heavy. Which, you know, maybe this is a serious question. Like you're talking to your friend. Like, no, this is serious. When was the last time? I need to know. When was the last time? I need to know. My life depends on it.
When was the last time?
When was the last time? When was the last time? You know, I think in a neutral situation, you would have expected the stress to be on last. Like, when was the last time? When was the last time? When was the last time?
Made peanut butter cookies.
And peanut butter cookies. Okay, a couple things here. So peanut butter cookies. This is called a compound noun. So peanut butter cookies has 3 words. Peanut butter cookies. But only one of them can get stress with a compound noun. because it's 3 words, but it's one thing. A peanut butter cookie is a specific thing. It's a specific type of cookie. So what's going to happen in these situations is we were going to stress peanut. Manuel's being snarky. It was today, I swear. Don't hurt me. When was the last time you made these cookies? It was today. Don't hurt me. Peanut butter cookies is one thing, 3 words, one thing. So when this happens, we're going to put the stress on peanut. When was the last time we made peanut butter cookies? When was the last time we made peanut butter cookies? So that's the pattern that you're most likely going to see for peanut butter cookies. Peanut butter cookies. That's that. A lot of steps down, right? Peanut butter cookies. Peanut butter cookies. When was the last time we made peanut butter cookies? When was the last time we made peanut butter cookies? When was the last time we made peanut butter cookies? I think that's going to be a more natural stress pattern and also a pitch pattern. In addition to that, some vowel things.
When was the last time we made?
When was? I think your schwa sound could be a little clearer on the was. It's a little tricky because you're reducing it, which is fine. You know, it's not a stress part, but just make sure you're saying like, what was. Okay.
When was the last time?
Watch out for the ass on a last. It's not lost. It's more last. Notice that immediately my lips tensed a little bit. The middle of your tongue's high. The back and the front of your tongue are down. Last. When was the last time?
When was the last time we made peanut butter cookies?
Last time we made. I like that you're doing those lower pitches in the middle.
When was the last time we made?
Though we made that. That's great. Using those lower pitches there. That's great.
Peanut butter cookies.
And probably the biggest thing is cookies. This is your sound like in book. So not cook. If you find that your lips are rounding, that's an immediate sign. No. Abort. Be careful. Danger. Will Robinson, danger. You want to do more so straighten your lips. Back of your tongue is high, front of your tongue is down. It's like do this progression. Cookies. Cookies. If you're finding you're doing cookies, that's an immediate sign that your placement's in the wrong spot, and you may also be rounding your lips. This is an sound. It is not the same as the sound. Compare like cook versus coop. Cook, coop. Cook, coop. We want that first one, that sound. Cook, cookies. In addition to that,
cookies. Peanut butter cookies.
Cookies. Notice how weak you can go on the e's. It's not cookies, cookies. You want to make sure that that ease is a lot weaker. Your stress is on cook. Ease is reduced, so we're going to make it weaker. So it's not cookies. It's not cookies. Cookies. Notice how fast the ease sound is because it's not the stress part. Hopefully those things are clear. Thank you so much for sending that audio file. Hopefully that helps. Great to hear from you. To hear from you again next stream, Jesse. All right, guys. It is time for our victory lap. And I just need to scout this file because I'm not familiar with Miskiff. Give me one moment. Oh my gosh. Okay, just kind of scouting the file. So far, things look good. Let me know, guys, in the chat. Have you found today's information helpful? This is the time to tell Jeff that, yes, today's stream was helpful, or no, today's stream was horrible. I'm only here to be angry.
Hey, everyone, it's Jeff.
All my troubles seem so far.
Okay, all right.
Well, we have arrived at that time in the show, as we so often do, where we have been graced by the presence of one who never shares his true identity, because maybe he doesn't have one. Maybe he truly is Putin and Trump and many other celebrities, Obama, a lot of politicians. Today, they go by the name of Miskiff, but for us, they will always go truly by the name of the singer. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is our final file for today. It is a long one, but we will find out together if it is one that is truly worth our time, as I imagine that it is.
Hello, darkness, my old
Let's
friend.
hope I will not get struck with
I've come
copyrights.
to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping
You hear that vibrato, guys? Do you hear that
left
vibrato?
its seeds while I was sleeping. And a vision that was planted in my brain still remains.
That was really heavy
within
today.
the sound
The 1,000
of
faced
silence.
Facts.
In restless dreams, I walked alone.
I can't tell. Is this
Narrow
another person,
streets
or is it
of
just like using like a voice
cobblestone.
changer, just to, like go higher in pitch?
Neath the halo of a street lamp,
I usually lean
I
more
turn my
towards
collar to the cold and damp.
Jumping novice
When
Michelle.
my eyes were
maybe
stabbed
not.
by the flash of a neon
Could it be like 2 or
light
3 people?
that split the night
It's like a
and
hydrant.
touched the sound of silence.
And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking.
Oh my gosh, that's so flat. So flat.
People
Oh my
hearing
gosh.
without listening.
Wouldn't be
People
surprised if people were
writing songs that voices never shared.
Public sound there.
And no one dare disturb the sound of silence.
Fools say, you do not know.
Joe Biden, everyone.
Silence
Joe Biden.
like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you. Shake my arms that I might reach
Still
you.
need to clip the laugh from the last
But
one.
my words, like silent raindrops, fell
Don't have a lighter. I'll just stop.
and echoed in the wells of silence.
And the people bowed and prayed
To the young maid, and the sun flashed out its warning.
It
knows
what
that it was for me. Then the sign said the words on the prophets are written on the subway walls.
In
Tenement halls, and whispering sound of silence.
They all sing at different times. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's the question. So the thing I am wondering, if it is one person, just have like different voice mods, how do you get different voice mods like that? Like one voice on Vocaroo? Like how do you do that? Like do you just like load them all up separately and then just like play through like your computer in front of a microphone? I have so many questions, but never reveal your secrets. I just want to throw my questions out there. Wow. All right, guys. Oh my gosh. We have been at this. I've technically, because of that bonus stream, I have been at this for, what, like 2.5, 3 hours almost? What? Maybe? But it's been great. It's been great. So keep an eye out. The Italian video, I think it covers some very important points that I will make some subtitles for and post on the channel soon in case you're curious about that. If you're into gossip, you want to hear about some juicy things happening in the YouTube American English space. But the real thing is, thank you all of you who joined us today. Send us files first time. Said hello to first time or continue to lurk. Keep doing your lurking thing. It's just great to have you. For those who sent files, we appreciate it. We can't do the stream without you. You guys are doing the great thing of sending in your words and your voices in a second language, nevertheless, and that's something I deeply applaud. There are millions of American English resources out there right now. So the fact that you not only spent some time here with me today for multiple hours, that you also sent files and things like that. Like, I do not take that for granted. Thank you guys so much. Keep an eye out again. We are still in Novenglish. We're still going. I still have like 11 more videos to pump out before the end of the month. At the end of the month, we may do a bonus stream just to kind of talk about the month and like the videos we covered and answer questions and things like that. So get excited for that at the end. Probably end of November, start of December. But yeah, I will see you guys next week, same time, New York. And we'll take a look more at your pronunciation files. Have a good day. Have a good night. Good afternoon. And you guys take care. Thanks so much for spending some time with me. I appreciate it.